Hey there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the deck profile for the Gigaplant Sylvans. This is a Sylvan deck that rolls around you abusing a Gigaplant for some really nasty combos and breaking out huge boards that are difficult to get over. So without further ado, let's go into the deck profile and explain as we go along. So first around the triple Hermit Tree and the triple Sage Koya. These are staples. You should always run these at 3 if you're playing Sylvans right now, because they allow you to go into those rank 8 and rank 7 plays very easy, as well as it allows you to go into higher level synchros very easily. So yeah, those are also one of the most effective ways to get your excavations off, aside from maybe the Martial Leaf and of course the friggin' Mount Sylvania. So yeah, they are quite important for your combos. Next around the double Gigaplant. This is the big combo piece that you really need to get as soon as possible if you want to go for the crazy Gigaplant combos. So what the card essentially does is that it allows you to special summon one insect or plant type monster from your hand or graveyard while it's Gemini summoned, or in our case, when we supervise it. Now, the cool thing about Gigaplant here is that we can use it to special summon out a Lone Fire Blossom, which then in turn can tribute either itself or a Gigaplant to get something else out. The better choice is actually to tribute the Gigaplant if it has a Supervise on it, because then you can go, okay, Lone Fire Blossom, tribute this, because if it is equipped with the Supervise, because Supervise effect is kind of cool, because when it's sent when it's sent to the graveyard while face up on the field, you can target one normal monster in your graveyard and special summon it. And Gigaplant is treated as a normal monster while in your graveyard, so you can special summon it through the means of Supervise, which allows you to get basically a Lone Fire summon for free, which is really cool. Next around the triple Martial Leaf. This is another really good combo piece actually, together with Sylvan Charity, which we'll talk about later. This guy is just he excavates 2, and if he's excavated, you get to pop a monster on the field. Next round, the double Lone Fire Blossoms. This should be pretty self-explanatory. The deck pretty much doesn't function without this. Well, it does function. It's just that this card just makes it so much faster. I can't believe it's still a 2. Then we go for the Como Shrumo. I don't run 2 of him because he's kind of slow, but his 5 excavation is really nice to have. You can alternatively switch this guy out for Curry Bandit, but I just want to go make sure that I just run plants and stuff like that. So yeah. Next we run the 1 Spore. This is used for synchro plays as well as getting a monster on board should we need it. It's nothing like super fancy or anything. It can also be used for XC plays should you really need it. Next we go for the double Peacekeeper. This is just a easy way to get back your Martial Leaves, your Como Shrumos, and stuff like that if it's excavated. Also, it's used for Formula Synchron, so that's a thing, together with Spore or Glow Bulb. Also, this is for the October ban list, in case you haven't noticed. I run both the Glow Bulb and the Raigeki. But yes, next round, the 1 Cherub Sprout. This is just an easy way to get to our Princess Sprout, because Princess Sprout is really good. It makes the deck run so much smoother and allows you to go into those rank 8 and 7 plays so much quicker. Oh, it's just so much fun just to use this card. It's really good. Next we run the 1 Glow Bulb. This is just a level 1 tuner that mills a card from the top of your deck to special summon itself from the graveyard. Nothing too fancy there. I just wished it excavated instead of milling, because if it excavated, we could have gotten these effects off. Like we could have gotten stuff like Martial Leaves and Como Shrumos off, but still, we still have stuff like Spore to take advantage of. You can alternatively also run Dandelion. That's a really good card to run in here too, in combination with Glow Bulb, because then you can go for an instant Formula Synchron if you manage to stack it on top of your deck or something. And next we run the 1 Raigeki. It's just a rebuttal card should your opponent have like a huge board you don't really want to deal with, and they happen to have something like Vanity's Emptiness on board, which prevents you from getting to your power plays. You can just play this, get rid of everything they have, all the monsters they have, and potentially getting rid of that Vanity's Emptiness as well. in case they have it on board, because Vanities is a staple now. And yeah. Next we run the 1 soul charge. Since this is for the October 1st ban list, I can only run 1 soul charge, but that's all I really need. If I get this card off and my opponent doesn't have Raigeki or anything like that, we're going to be going for some really nasty combos and stuff like that, and bringing out a huge board that's really difficult to get over. Next we run the 1 terraforming. I don't run triple terraforming and triple Sylvania. I feel like that's a little bit inconsistent, because generally I happen just to draw into multiple terraformings if I have it. And by that time, I already have a Sylvania on board. So that's why I feel like a terraforming is better to running 1 terraforming and then 2 of the field spell. That's just my opinion now. Unless it's a deck that's heavily reliant on the field spell. Like say Dragoonides or something. But Dragoonides can't play it anymore because Dragon Arena is banned. Next we go for the Sylvan Charity. This is just such a dumb card, since it allows you to set up your plays like nothing else. And it's basically a graceful charity for Sylvans. It's just a really good card in general, because it allows you just to set up plays. Like, for example, say that we have a Martial Leaf on hand, and say a Common Shrumo and a something else, say a Cherub Sprout on hand. We activate Sylvan Charity, and then we stack the Peacekeeper / Cherub Sprouts from our hand to the top of the deck, and then we just normal summon our Martial Leaf and excavate those 2. So yeah, that's really awesome. To get that excavation off and to get those effects, it's really important that we get those excavations. Like, this card is just dumb if it's excavated. Holy crap. Next we go for the double Miracle Fertilizer. This is an easy way just to go into our Melee of the Trees, or just bringing back a Gigaplant for combos that we really just need to pull off. And next to go for the double Supervise. This card is stupid together with Gigaplant and the friggin' Lone Fire Blossoms. It's just too good of a combo in general, actually. Because you can just pump up massive boards if you have multiples of these in your hand and manage to get out 2 Gigaplants. You can do so much shenanigans, it's not even funny. Next to go for the double Mount Sylvania. This is a very handy source of excavation, and it also allows you to plan ahead for future things. It basically allows you to control what you draw, and it also allows you to control what you excavate, which is really nice. So yeah, next we run the triple Vanities Emptiness. This card is just a staple, since it allows you to stop plays when you need them to, and then you can just send it to the graveyard by activating something like Sylvan Charity, and then just let your plays go off. So it's really nice. And finally we run the 2 wiretaps, because Moral Talk wasn't hit, and I'm really sad about that. So wiretap is still going to be something that I'm going to be running. And now for the extra deck, we run the 1 Star Eater, 1 Jeweled Red Dragon Archfiend, or Hot Red Dragon Archfiend, run 1 Stardust Spark Dragon, 1 Michael the Arclight Sworn, because friggin' Princess Sprout is actually a light monster, so you can make Michael in this deck, which is really cool. Next we run 1 Goyo, and then 1 Formula Synchron that rounds up the Synchros. As for the XCs, we have the Erratic Sun Dragon Overlord of Heliopolis. We have 2 Divine Dragonite Felgrands. We have 1 Alsay. We have 1 Lancelot Ghost Knight of the Underworld. We have 1 Aurea. We have 1 Mecha Phantom Beast Dracosac. Then we run 1 number 11 Big Eye, and finally 1 Melee of the Trees. So tell me what you guys think about this deck profile, and I'm out.